get there.
I think their structure has become super important. They sort of lost their way structurally a little bit there, but they straightened themselves up late in that last...
I think they started off nervously.
Yeah, they did. They didn't handle the situation well at all, and Mitcham took full advantage, but they've come back into this game.
It's the old story of just errors. Errors by hand and by foot cost them dearly, and they worked themselves back into it. So the last 10 minutes of the first quarter is probably... they're on an even ledger.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ryan Bain's been moved into the middle for Templestowe, so that should be interesting. They're getting their experience in the middle.
So Gav Casey to take us away with the second quarter qualifying final.
Higginson wins the tap for Mitcham at ground level. It's Mariani fighting for it, but again it's picked up by Higginson. Goes forward to the Burwood Highway end. Pym tries to shepherd his way, but he allows his teammate to come in and quick it around the corner. Kick it around the corner and hits the post as Hogel had time and no one in front of him.
Boundary.
Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Lifecare to Alicia.
Hey guys, I'll just let you know what they said at the Templestowe huddle at quarter time. They were saying there was no communication. They really got to find their voice because in their endeavours they're just turning it over and Mitcham are capitalising because they're just a quality side.
So playing it to himself there, Paul Fiorenza. Drove the ball out towards the half-back line. Over the back there, Bain judged the football okay then. Little handball over the top to Mariani, who'll link up well there with Jeffy on the left boot now. Oh, he spent it before he actually had a chance to. Handball over the top. He had a quick recovery there. That was good. Lipari over the top of his head. Eventually received the handball through a series of handballs. Now they're putting themselves under a lot of pressure. Bain came through. He was wrapped up in the tackle, was Ryan, and we'll have a bounce just outside the centre square, far side of the ground.
They mucked around with it a bit there, but you can see the endeavours there, the willingness to get in and block for your teammates and work hard for them. I think they've come out and switched on now, the Dockers.
Well, Higginson went up uncontested there in the end and won his own football, booted up towards the half-forward line, but Templestowe were able to get the kick away. Now it's Irwin on the right boot, inside forward 50 for the Tigers. That was Purcell, I should say. Snap around the body, goes Rye and through for another behind. So as they started off in the first term, in the second term, they have kicked two quick behinds. That was Petrarca to slam that on his boot. And thank you very much, Gav.
Sorry, I pointed the wrong one for you.
Unbelievable. We could have just let that one slide through to the keeper, but you would not give up, would you? On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 3 minutes in this second term. 5-7-37 Mitcham, Templestowe 3-4-22.
It's in the book now. So the kick out is long and to the left back flank. Templestowe, though, couldn't get it as Higginson comes the roving for Mitcham, but he sees it over the line, boundary 55 metres out.
It's time for Alex Wadsworth for Templestowe to, for want of a better term, extract the digits, start having an impact on this game. Alex, you're a Division 2 finals player for the Mooroolbark Football Club. You're a seriously good senior footballer. Hasn't had an impact in the first quarter and a bit here.
Higginson took it out of the ruck, but his kick was smothered, but the turnover again in the middle of the ground. It's Belcherate. Got it, gets inside 50, Pym gets underneath it, positions himself, one grab, not two, ground level, Faulkner, he's a poacher's best, but he's got two this time though. It's Templestowe working the numbers, now on half-back, Mariani's got it, so Anthony Mariani takes a bounce, runs, tries to get an overlapping hand pass to Bain, Bain gets taken too high, lucky, because the hand pass was no good. And now quickly playing on is Matt Bain.
Well done.
Runs towards 55, puts it on the boot, tries to go all the way. Mark uncontested in the goal square. Good body work and positioning. And Templestowe from 10 metres out have got it through Grasser.
The pig, Simon Grasser, he was real good there in a one-on-one again. Far too strong for Johnson. Just shrugged him aside with one hand, stuck the mitts up, and he clunked an absolute ripper. If they go in high and long and quick like that, the piggy will cause some problems. So
Grasser, it's 15 points the difference, but he looks to close it to 9 and put Templestowe back in this contest, and he does so. It's 4-4-28 Templestowe, trailing Mitcham 5-7-37. Early days, second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Really like the way Templestowe continue to keep backing themselves. You know, again, turnovers have been letting them down, but they continue to play the same brand of football. They believe in what they are playing, and it's starting to come to fruition for them.
And they've got a little bit of a thing going this year at the Templestowe Footy Club where they do try and get goals from the back six. It was Matty Bain that snuck forward on that occasion and ended up, maybe he was having a shot on goal, ended up in the hands of Grasser, but they will try and architect some scores from their players in the back six.
Let's get some stats that matter with Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Bit early in the quarter, but 3-1 inside 50s to Mitcham.
Thank you very much. I'll be the judge of that as the ball comes back into the middle of the ground. Searle on the right boot, switches it out wide. That was okay. Braden Cross on the right boot, kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Coming out and taking a mark is Petrarca. So he's hugged right up against the boundary, 55 out. You'd expect him to kick it to the hot spot here. It's a good kick towards Faulkner in the back of the pack. He just judged it magnificently, and he's on fire, isn't he, early in this game, and he'll have a shot on goal for his third from about 35 metres out directly in front.
Well, it's exactly what Mitcham's coach said that they wanted. They wanted the ball to be squared up in the middle, so they'd be having shots on goal from directly in front, and that's exactly what they've done. Tell you what, Anthony Faulkner, a bit of the Warwick Kappa special there, just a bit of the hands in the back and just for a bit of leverage, and what a mark.
Playing a handy decoy this afternoon. 35 metres out, directly in front, leans over the football, pushes it to the left-hand side. It was an absolute shocker off the boot. Only scraped through for one behind in the end, almost on the full. And Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 6-minute mark of this second term. It is Mitcham 5 at 5-8-38, I should say. Templestowe 4-4-28.
The last 4 set shots from Mitcham, 2 from Faulkner, 1 from Petrarca, and 1 from Jaden Hogel. These are uncontested shots on goal.
Faulkner just takes it from the kick-in and take 2, slam it over the goal umpire's head. So now he has his third. He wasn't making a mistake with that one. They let themselves down on these kickings at Templestowe Football Club, and an easy goal for the Mitcham side as they move to, on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 6-8-44, Templestowe 4-4-28.
I've got to say, Mitcham still have plenty of upside. I don't think we've seen much out of Julian Petrarca, Boltrawait, for example. Pim hasn't exactly been in the game either. So, look, there's plenty of upside for Mitcham, and I think, if they can get these players involved, they could definitely extend on this margin.
Park Orchards have kicked 7 out of the last 8 goals to lead by 29 points late in the second term out at Walker Park against Forest Hill.
Ball back in the middle. Mitcham win the centre clearance. They go to centre forward, but dropping back nicely to take the mark is Quinn. Quinn goes to the grandstand side. Drop mark by Bain. Good enough to take on. He's taken on. And he's been pinged. Marrow's got it. Quick play on Portrait. Now the short kick. By Hogel. They made that pay. You don't take on the Tigers in their forward line as Hogel gets on the board, and goal number 6. So that is second goal for Chris Hogel. He moves them on to 8-8-56. Templestowe are 4-4-28.
What was Matty Bain thinking? There was a 3-on-1 situation there. He just had to sink the ball in onto the boot, and he just didn't do it. And Mitcham, ferocious tackling, and what a goal in the end there by Chris Hogel.
Yeah, they played the advantage very well then. They haven't kicked their 8th goal just yet, Gav. They're still 7-8-50, so 22 points is the margin. Let's restart this game back in the middle of the ground. Can Mitcham get another clearance? It's a good tackle down there by Lipari, I think that was, or Dakala, I should say, and we'll have a bounce right in the heart here.
I think we've got a free kick to Mariani.
Yeah, I think it's going to Jackson Irwin. On the left boot now, kicks it up towards half forward. It had to be centimetre perfect, and that's exactly what it was. That was fantastic. So Darcy takes the mark. Darcy Irwin, I should say. So brother to brother, they would have done that a few times over the years. He might just back himself from here, Darcy Irwin. They need a steadier.
Needs to put on the right
about
post, doesn't he?
55 metres out. Yeah. He's going short. He just sized up the options, and a beautiful play there by Mariani just to make the space, and he's a wide unit, and he weren't going to get past him, and he takes the mark. He'll kick from about 50 metres or just inside, but he squared up the angle nicely.
Got to kick it. I mean, the last 2 Mitcham goals have come from horrible Templestowe errors. The turnover from the kick-in, that terrible holding the ball decision that went against Matty Bain, who was trying to do something that wasn't on. Templestowe had to work hard for their goals, and they really just have to make the most of every single opportunity.
Well, Anthony Mariani, he can certainly roost to football. He starts a very long run up inside the centre square, now kicks from outside 50, drifting, touched on the line and through for one behind. So Templestowe on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard moved to 4 goals, 5-29, trailing Mitcham by 21 points, who are 7-8-50.
So just only moments ago, Templestowe fought their way back to close the gap to 8 points, but now it's back out to 21. It's in the hands of Johnson for the Tigers. Just goes long and direct down the middle. Who does it suit? It's Templestowe at the back of the pack. Now the centre of the ground. They're having trouble picking up the ball, allows the Tigers to come in and tackle, and it's been held up. So the kick out was quite good in the end. Just didn't fall for Templestowe.
Just fighting for it with each other. Joel Dakala and the South Australian, Matty Lipari.
Tap one down by the ruckman for Harris for Templestowe. No clear possession. The quick dribbler kick out of the pack suits Bain. Ryan Bain from half back goes to half forward, but indiscriminate. It's all Tigers on the outer side. And now the big opportunity for Bell to get it to half forward. He does nicely, coils underneath it, drops it just when he was going to run inside 50, and it's out of bounds.
Right on cue, was just about to mention Bo Coyle. I think that's the first time you've called his name this afternoon. A former Oakley Charger who was awesome in front of goal against Montana South about a month ago. He hasn't had a say yet this afternoon.
So 55 metres around from goal. Pym doing the ruck duties, does get into a good position, but it's been sharked by Quinn. He got tackled, taken off it. Mariani comes in. He's taken on all tacklers and he's been penalised. So a turnover for Coyle. Looks, he's got an inboard. He's got Halston Wild in the middle. He ignores him for now.
Faulkner's by himself.
Hand pass to a runner. Spearing pass will suit the Tigers. And a mark taken by Hogle. And a push after he marked it, so it's a gimme goal now. 25 metres will help.
What's he meant to do in the
Jaden
contest?
Hogle.
He's already in the air when he's trying to spoil that. I think that's a bit harsh by the umpire.
A second 25 makes it to the goal line.
That was a Monty to happen with the amount of mouthing off. They need to just cool their heads and get over it and get their brains back on the game.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's once the discipline starts creeping in. I must admit it was a little bit stiff, the 25-metre penalty, but you've just got to move on.
Yeah, that's it.
You've just got to accept the umpire's decision and move on.
So Jaden Hogle has been spent a minute showing the ball to his opposition. Now he kicks it over the goal umpire's head, and that is goal number.
To the Burvale Hotel.
That is goal number 8. Mitcham at 8-8-56. Templestowe 4-5-29, and all of a sudden it's a 27-point lead for the Tigers. Soupy, what do you got for us in the stats?
Inside 50s this quarter, 6-2 in favour of Mitcham, and they're dominant out of the clearances, winning that 7-1. So Mitcham have scored from 16 out of their 22 inside 50s, so this Templestowe defence not living up to its reputation.
Great stuff, Soupy. Thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats. Yarra Valley Water, it is delicious. Just waiting for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground.
Tell you what, I need some Yarra Valley water after that I had last night.
Well, we're only stuck with it today because Dyson drank all the soft drink at home throughout the week. So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Our quota's been done for the year, I've been told.
Paul Fiorenza, quality footballer. He dominates games from a high half-forward position. He's very much out of his comfort zone at full-back on Jaden Hogle at the moment.
Well, Harris got the knockdown to Mariani. That was Matt who copped one high for his trouble, so he'll go back and send the ball forward now for the Dockers as the kick goes inside forward 50, looking for the Grasser direction. It was nicely knocked away there by Taylor, but running onto the football, get pretty dangerous looking there was Jesse Wilson. He was the quickest player in the situation and rushed over the boundary line and out of bounds.
He's probably, for pace, by foot is probably the Templestowe Football Club's quickest player at the moment. The former Bulleen Templestowe amateur.
So the ball's being thrown back in, about 50 metres out from Templestowe's goal line, but a thumping kick to draw the ball out towards the half-forward line for Mitcham, goes up towards the Pym direction, almost got in the back of Fiorenza. The umpire said it was okay, in came Hogle. Jaden, he spent it before he had it, went after it again, got a little handball away, that was okay. It's a hot football across the half-forward line for Mitcham. They might get advantage here. Instead it will be a free kick through to Templestowe. It's crossed down boundary side, thanks to Life Care, to Alicia.
Jackson Irwin for Templestowe has just come off, clutching his ribs. He's gone into the room to just be assessed.
Thank you very much. As the short pass there goes from Quinn into the middle of the ground. Now the kick inside forward 50, looking for Grasser. Irwin's at the back there. He takes off. This is Jesse Wilson. Broke a tackle, slammed it on his boot. Which way is this one to go? It went as high as it did long. It sits up. There might be a free kick off the play here. It was against Grasser that time, and Mitcham get the reprieve out towards the wing position. Bouncing football. Andretta's going to be the first player out there. He's got the big man in Harris to contend with. That was good play. Knocked over the boundary line underneath the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 15 minutes gone here in the second term. 8-8-56 are the Mitcham Tigers. Templestowe at 4-5-29.
Boundary throw in centre outer wing of East Belt Reserve. Templestowe under a lot of pressure here as Mitcham load up again to half forward. Getting underneath it was Comedian, so it allows the Tigers to rove it and deep in the pocket. Last line, good mark taken by Fiorenza, who's on Hogle. He's got to mind him and maybe start some run. He's got a short on. It's a short that's too long. No, just good enough. And the mark's been taken by Lipari. Lipari's got another short. They're not yet outside 50, but the run will start from centre half back. Long kick by Serpy. Gets it inside 50. There's Grasser handing it on to a teammate who can't bust the tackle.
Silly
and that's a great bit of it. Pushing the back in the end. Too much by Purcell. And the throw of the ball didn't get back to...
Could have been 25 there. Wasn't given back to him on the full.
So Vankichov gets it from centre half forwards. He hands it over to a teammate to try to get the journey. Rodsworth runs in, board, centre corridor, nice pass, 30 metres out.
He's lucky that came off. You don't handball to a ruckman. Alex Wadsworth is 6'6". Why would you handball to a ruckman standing still? It doesn't matter. It's going to work. Darcy Irwin is a quality, cool customer in front of goal, the former Druin Hawk and Casey Scorpion.
So Darcy Irwin looks to get his first goal on the board. It's much needed. A gap's just been established in this second term, straight through the middle. Templestowe are 5-5, 35. The margin is back to 21 points. Mitcham 8-8, 56.
Steadying goal by Kane McGarmez for Forest Hill, reducing the margin back to 20 points for Forest Hill. So Park Orchard still holding that lead. So a 20-point lead at Walker Park, 21-point lead out at Eastfield Reserve, which is where we are, and Mitcham have that lead. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern or streaming the game live on efl.org.au. It's great to have Sunday football back in the Eastern Football League as we restart this match once again. Harris got the knockdown. That was good. Picked up by Jamie Bain. Slammed it on his boot inside forward 50. Big fly over the top that time. And it came out towards the Prestigia Como direction. Couldn't quite overrun the football. Here came Ken Taylor. He went in there as well, going in hard. Matt Lapari, he just wanted to hold the football up, and he did so. The
clearance from Jamie Bain. He's finally moved out of the forward pocket and onto the ball. This man would walk into a Division 1 midfield. He's a silky smooth mover. Watch for some dominance from Jamie Bain out of the middle.
So the kick goes inside forward 50, but chopped off. So Mitcham will get the chance to set themselves up from the back line once again. The kick into the middle of the ground, looking for Hogle. Copped one, got chopped in the end. The umpire said it was a free kick and a dangerous looking kick. It was nicely chopped off there by Fiorenza. He's having a pretty good game so far. Coming out far wide is the Grass. He did it off one step. He almost fell over the big man as he kicked it up towards Mariani, who saw the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
It's the same again. It's just the skill of the Templestowe players. You know, just skills, just letting him down. And I reckon they could be a lot closer in this game if they do clean that up.
It's a fast-paced game of football. I'm certainly enjoying it. I hope you are too. Comes out now. Darcy Irwin slams it on his boot. A drifting football sees it bounce away from Joel DeCarla over the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So Templestowe trailing by 21 points.
Look at just all the players just stream across the one half of the ground. No one on the fat side here.
Stevens, well, the ball fell short in the end. Mariani laid a tackle. Prestigia Como got the handball away, but it was picked up by Petrarca, who got it out of the danger zone into towards the middle of the ground. Comedian got a fist on it, and it worked out okay. Lapari, handball over the top towards the Comedian direction, over the top of his head as well. Came in Bankikoff. He copped one high from Braden Cross. The umpire said it was fair, and holding the ball is the decision. Cross is hot to trot, picks it up, goes up towards the half-forward line. They've got players everywhere. Coyle got the little handball one way, then the other. Mitcham could have a shot on goal here. The kick goes to the top of the goal square. Can Marrow fly and take the marker off the ground? No! It was rushed through in the end. It was oh so close, and Templestowe fans breathe a sigh of relief at the 20-minute mark of the second term. 5-5-35 they are. 22 points in arrears of Mitcham, who are 8-9, 57.
Great work by the tackler there and Cross. Once again, they're tackling so ferociously here, and it's denying the Templestowe players plenty of space.
Slow kick out means that it was a rush kick out, so they're under a heap of pressure. Marrow, what a tackle! Will he win the free kick? No.
There's a poor handball. Matty Bain had to sit underneath that with three Tigers converging on him. That's the definition of a hospital ball.
There was a prey there. That's what he was.
So the Trucker's dangerous. 40 metres out. He gets the hand pass backwards. Here go the Tigers through Bell. Bell gets under his right foot. 45 metres out. It's ill-directed to the right and misses out in the full.
Can't blame the handball in that situation because they are not getting a clearing kick out of defence. It is really hurt them at the moment.
They look so nervous for that first kick.
It's the kick from Bain that hit Wadsworth more or less in between the eyes, but he just dropped the mark.
So the kick out long from Templestowe. This time they hug the boundary line, but a free kick will go to DeCarla on the outer side as the impediment come over the shoulder. So DeCarla will get a chance just to steady the progress for Templestowe. He just goes long on the outer side, hugging the boundary. Numbers don't favour Templestowe, but the Grasser wins it out. Grasser, well, he gets it on a teammate. Hand pass has been smothered, so they're going to have to work it around tight circumstances. But the Dockers finally get it to half forward, but they can't win it now, and it's actually been a tackle That goes the way to Mitcham. So the turnover's a quick one into the middle. And it's in the hands of Cross. Cross gets it onto a runner. And here goes Mitcham inside 50. The hook back kick is so clever. What a beautiful vision there to turn it to Hogle. And it is this time it's Chris Hogle who's kicked 2 goals and kicking from 45 metres out. So he didn't blaze away from 50, the runner, and hooked it back.
It was actually Cross that passed it to him.
So Cross from 50.
Could have still pass.
And he just hooked it across his body, and that's twice. Bell beautifully pulled it across his own body. They've just got the skills and the composure and the run of the play, just have time to assess the best option. And this time it's finished in the hands of Chris Hogle from 50 metres out, straight in front.
Huge kick.
22-point lead for the Tigers. Now it's 28. Straight through the middle. What a great kick. Hogle kicks his 3rd. That's goal number 9 for Mitcham. They progress to 9-9 to 63, leading Templestowe on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard 5-5-35.
I've got to criticise the way the Templestowe midfielders aren't running defensively. I feel that once Mitcham get their hands on the ball, they're just not chasing back, and they're getting far too easy entry into their forward 50. But again, what great vision by Cross. Really was the architect of that goal.
So, once again, we restart in the middle here. They need the next one, the Dockers. We've said that a few times already in this game, haven't we? As the ball comes out, Mitcham will get the clearance. Once again, you would think, no, Bain's going to have something to say about that. Goes in real hard. He came to Hyphen, Holstead Wild, got dumped after he got rid of the football.
He did
drop it.
He dropped it, yeah.
He did drop it. He wins the free.
That's the first mistake by the umpires. They've been very good.
Short passes on Bolterate. It's been lively, winning a lot of the football. It's half-time at Walker Park. It is the Park Orchards Football Club leading by 21 points. As the kick goes inside forward, 50. Faulkner takes the mark, plays on, and Petrarca just squared up nicely. He'll have a shot from about 45 metres out, almost directly in front.
That same play again. They're always trying to centre the ball to get the easiest shot on goal here. Now, we saw Petrarca from a similar distance in the first quarter on a slightly decreased angle, miss everything. So at this same distance, it will test him.
He's already kicked 1 goal this afternoon. Huge kick. Level of concentration on his face is extremely high as he hits the 50 now. Distance isn't a problem, and either is the accuracy, except for the last 5 seconds. And it went through for 1 behind. Point of the day so far, we would call it. Mitcham on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 9-10-64. Templestowe up 5-5-35. So, we'll play it to themselves
here. Templestowe kicked it back to Mitcham. Pim's going to mark it 60 metres out. Uncontested in the end. They have no idea from full back. Now the load-up kick inside 50. Oh! Put the leg out.
Andretta.
And he just put out of action his opponent in Comedian. And Andretta took the mark. He just put the leg out, guarded the spot, and took a nice specky running with the flight of the ball.
It's exactly what he did, but he wanted it more in the contest. The way he just launched himself at the ball, it was his to mark, and he certainly did that.
Scores from turnovers just killing the Dockers at the moment.
Absolutely.
Andretta, 40 metres out. Oh, that's a wobbler. It's awkward, but it goes over the middle, doesn't it?
It was touched off the boot.
Yeah. Well, yep. Good call, guys. And it's a minor score. Mitcham move on to 9-11-65. They lead by 5 goals. Templestowe 5-5-35. And they finally mark a kick in.
Darcy Irwin got it to Bain, so that's better.
Nice direct play.
Bain, short passes on to Carla.
Got Mariani.
Sorry, it's Cheppy that takes this, sorry. Wind around on his left boot. Might even take off. Players calling for it on the far side of the ground. That's the way to go now. He's lucky got it away in time because Marrow was right on his hammer. The driving ball out towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard is eventually trickled over by Matty Stevens, who's kicked a couple of goals already in this first half as we cross to Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Inside 50s this quarter, 11-8 in favour of Mitcham. The clearances 12-5 their way.
Try to bring the ball back in now. Harris goes up that time against Whitnish. Ball goes up towards the half-forward line. Nicely done there by Cheppy on the left boot now. Kicks up towards the wing position. That was a good kick towards Takala. Takes it out in front, swings around on the right boot, spots up Mariani in the middle. Now this is better play. They're still linking up here, the Dockers. On the right boot up towards the half-forward line. That's a good kick. Mariani just sat and waited for it in the end. He'll go after it again. He had time. Handball over the top towards the Bain direction. That was Matt Bain. He was under a lot of pressure. Well done there by Cross to get the handball away. Good play there by Taylor. Scrambled to kick out there. Came Commerdy and came in. Short passes on, and Prestigiacomo takes the mark about 45 metres out. 45-degree angle, but the big man just tells else. Everybody just to slow down. I'm having a ping at this.
No, and so he should. It's one of the few times that Templestowe have been able to settle from a turnover. I mean, more often than not today, they're getting the ball from Mitcham and just giving it straight back.
It's kicked one goal so far. This is an important kick. It drifts across the face. A big fly at the back of the pack there. Oh, it was nearly pulled down. I think that was Jamie Bain who went for the fly, and over the boundary line it goes for a boundary throw in. So another chance still for the Dockers. Hot football about 15 metres out from goal. Umpire throws it in now. Stevens at the back, got the knockdown. Holdsteed Wild stood in position A, took the football, nearly knocked Mariani's head off as it came out to him. One way, then the other. The ball still in play here. Petrarca's down there. A loose football picked up nicely there by Jenkinson. Swings around on the right boot, and it was a good kick too. Andretta goes after it. It may have nearly gone too far. No, he second bite sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So 5 goals is the margin out here. Mitcham started well. Templestowe came. Mitcham went again, and now we're waiting to see if Templestowe can answer that challenge as a big fist over the back sees the ball once again over the boundary line and out of bounds. So into time on here. You think there's not too much time left. 24.5 minutes. The second term qualifying final. The winner to take on Wantirna South next week for a spot in the big dance. Over the top there, Whitnish got the knockdown. He'll go after it again on the left boot. Inside 50 he goes now. Who's got the front spot here? Oh, well done, Paul Fiorenza. Like I said earlier, he's having a pretty good game. Got it away to Bain on the right boot. Sets sail up towards the wing position. Who's going to be home? The big ruckman there, Higginson, basically just handed it to Andretto. Got the handball over the top towards Petrarca. He has to go in hard. Handball out wide. His vision was absolutely sensational. Mitcham will get another shot here. The kick goes towards the Pim direction. No, couldn't quite pull the mark in. He picked up there by Bain. Scrambled a risky kick to his brother over the top now. And another one there, Fiorenza. He had to go in hard and he did just that. But he just didn't look where he was kicking the football, and it went straight down Johnson's throat across the half back line for the Tigers. He needs to switch it out wide because Miller's absolutely screaming for it on the wing position. Takes the mark now. Has a little bit of time to size up the options. The leads are coming from the half forward line from the Mitcham side. One way then the other. Petrarca screaming for it on the wing. Eventually the umpire says play on. A little shimmy kick over the top, but it finds Taylor. So Taylor will wind around on the right boot now. Spots up a nice target there in the middle there, and Whitney's dropped what he probably should have taken. Then you've got Mariani right on your hammer, who barges his way through, holds the footy up, and will have a bounce true centre wing position.
When they went forward the other time, Pim just tried to take it on the chest when he was 3 deep. Needed to come over the top.
Yeah, Xavier Jeans just put enough pressure on him just to put him off.
So it's on the wing, grand side, heavy bump comes in, but they're physically at it both sides. As Mitcham and Templestowe go at it. Centre wing, late in this second term.
Mitcham not looking as good there when they were trying to slow the play down. They've got a natural game where they just need to stick to it.
Higginson's got a good leap. He just comes over the top many times in the ruck contest. Templestowe do get the up and under kick to half forward. Prestigiacomo left it behind when he went for it, but it might come out to him boundary side. Goes in to take on the tackler, gets his shoulder inside the tackle. The umpire doesn't see anything wrong about Mitcham's effort there. And it's wrapped up 55 metres around from Templestowe's goal. If they get a late one, well, that's
a late one.
Well, that's it. That's it. Is it in a nutshell? Bain at the back of the pack becomes a shepherder. Lousy teammate. Oh, his head's been taken off. He slid as the tackle came in. It wasn't unduly rough. It was just how it happened. And Templestowe from 70 metres out got a chance to go forward through Bain. So Jamie Bain will load it up. Maybe he's got a short on. Scott Ryan Bain short. Ignores that option, goes long as possible. Here's Grasser, but he gets in the middle of the pack, and the pack suits Tigers, but at ground level, the rush kick is way offline, and Templestowe failed to score from that entry. Stevens, who kicked 2 goals in the first term, couldn't add to it, and it's still a 30-point differential favouring Mitcham.
Yeah, so the short pass is on. Here's Bell on the right boot now. Might just be able to take off here as Petrarca takes it, slams it on his boot, and a big kick out wide to the run out there of the Higginson. The big man just left it in the end. Mitcham going forward through cross, went one way then the other on the right boot. He's very good at squaring that ball up, looking for Marrow straight through his arms in the end. At the back of the pack, they still get another chance and another goal. Beautiful play there by David Searle, who swings around on the left. And Mitcham running away with this one. 10 goals now they are on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Almost at half-time. 10-11-71. Templestowe are 5-5-35. Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Live Care to Ray Baird.
No doubt Rick Irwin's got his job to do at half-time, because the Templestowe players, you can have a look at their body language. It's not good body language, boys. Their heads are down and they're really chasing tail.
I've got to say, Mitcham are playing this reserve, Eastbourne Reserve, so much better. They're using the wide expanses of the wings, getting the switch on, when it presents itself, and they're running away with the ball without any real pressure on them.
It's fast football that Templestowe haven't been used to playing for most of the season.
Around the grounds, thanks to the local Burger Co. It is Park Orchards leading by 21 points at half-time over Forest Hill.
Pim, was he getting held here? The umpire said he was. He went one-handed, but he'll have now a shot for goal. And Pim, he's normally a reliable kick, but it's a 50-metre plus effort. So let's see how it's 36 points. And Templestowe will get as many numbers to the line. They really want to not concede one more before they walk into the change rooms.
Yep, Simon Harris has just jumped to the goal line, so smart work there by the Templestowe ruckman.
71 plays 35. Pim, from not much of an angle, puts it to the goal line, and it just misses to the right. So it got the journey, might have got a tap by the ruckman, but another minor score. Mitcham at half-time in the qualifying final in Division 3. 10-12-72. Templestowe are 5-5-35. That's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, qualifying final 2004.